Greetings, Space Cowboys. Welcome back to the Beer Baron's channel, aka the Toy Baron for right now, as I am opening up and unboxing some figures that have been in my bins for way too long. On this episode, we will be opening up the BST AXN Spike Spiegel and his arch nemesis, Vicious, from the anime Cowboy Bebop. Hit the music. I don't really have music. It's all right. Didn't have it queued up. In the previous episode, in last episode, we opened up Edward Elric and his brother Alphonse Elric. And as I said before, he should be a lot taller than little big brother. Good figures, good price, 22 points of articulation, very few accessories, but like I said before, you get what you get for the price that you paid for. If these were $50 or more figures, you would get a few more accessories, more hands, more heads. I would assume some more weapons. But hey, you got incredible sculpt details, 22 points of articulation. Swivel bicep, thigh joint, double knee, shoulder, elbows, ball joint for the head, maximum posability. So if you don't know Cowboy Bebop, you should definitely watch it as soon as possible. It's one of the greatest anime series of all time. I don't even know about the live action one that came out on Netflix a few years ago because I completely skipped it. Not because I wanted to, I just completely forgot all about it. And I also heard it was kind of bad too. So, Spike Spiegel is a 27-year-old. That's a hard living 27-year-old. 27-year-old bounty hunter born on Mars. He has a history of violent activities as a member of the crime organization Red Dragon Syndicate. He keeps a cavalier attitude, but occasionally shows signs of compassion with strangers in distress. He's just a friendly neighborhood cowboy. Now, I know they couldn't do it. It doesn't look like he's got two different color eyes, but that would have been nice. A nice kind of touch to it because, like I said, he's got two different color eyes in the series. Let's open this up. First, Vicious. I guess we'll just open up Spike first. Let's open up the Spike, man. Okay. And right there. Pull this all out. A very cool, wow, look at that. It's a very cool background. I dig that. Look, he's got one green eye right there. Can you see it? I do. I can see it. That's cool. Okay, I can appreciate that. Like I said, for $15, you only get one extra pair of hands and a handgun. It's all good. We are not mad about that. Let's take those out. And as with the other ones, you get a cool sticker, bro. Okay. Let's put these down. Look at these spindly legs. Hello, hello. Spider legs. Can we move it? I don't want to move the hip like that. I don't think I can. Oh, yes, you can. He's doing the splits, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we got Spike. We're just going to pose him like that. So, I mean, all in all, this looks really good. I mean, it's a good paint applications. His trusty suit. Hair, I have no problems with the hair. It looks like just a big ball of hair that he has. In the show, it's very difficult to do, probably in $15 figure form. Like I said, if it was a statue, you'd probably get it a little bit better. Does it hold the handgun? I think it does. Let's do it. It does. All right. Can't go wrong with that. We got a swivel in the body. Does it stand? Does it stand on its own? It does. Can you see it? You can. There we go. Pretty good. Then you get some punching fists. Hello. Dab me up, bro. All right. Let's open up Vicious. Well, actually, let's read first because I realized I didn't even read. I read Alphonse. Excuse me, I read Edward, but I did not read Alphonse. Vicious. Once comrades in the Red Dragon Syndicate, Vicious now seeks revenge on Spike Spiegel for attempting to elope with his love, Julia. Well, Spike loved Julia, too. Ruthless, cunning, and power-hungry, Vicious' weapon of choice is a katana, and is usually seen with a large black bird, which he eventually uses as a bomb-rigged distraction when he escapes his execution. I don't remember. Oh, you know what? I do remember that. Vicious. Look at that. That's pretty. You know what? Great art right there. What's the art for Senor Spike? That's really good. Is it the same? It's not the same. It's only on one side. Of course it is. You know, all in all, I think usual suspects, Loyal Subjects does a really good job with the material, the figures that they have, and it's a very simple. Like if you have young kids, you'd probably get them the Turtles figures, and then you wouldn't have to worry about your kids playing with your Turtles figures. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's a shame that it was bent right there. Can you see that? Oh well. We'll stand that up right there. Or not. I guess not. We'll just use that as... Okay, that's how we do. Vicious. Absolute tremendous anime. If you have not seen Cowboy Bebop, do yourself a favor. If you think yourself as any type of anime fan and you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, then God, rethink your life. Let's get all these things out of here. We got a katana, we got hands, we got a sticker. This one's blue. There we go. Take that one away. Just like Spike, we got the long legs. Great paint detail on these faces. I like, you can't go wrong. I have no problems with something like this. It's very simple. It's easy. You would think maybe on like a cheaper figure you would not get the detail. But look at even the hair. Hair looks really good. That hair, the eyes. At least we got eyeballs. You could have just had straight white eyes with nothing. That's some pretty cool detail on the bird, on this crow. It's a shame. I already know this because I saw someone else's quick review of this, that you cannot take the bird. It's not even a crow. It's a space crow. You can't take the space crow off his shoulder without really breaking it, which is a shame. I wish it just had a little peg that you could just go boop. Not bad. Does the sword come out? Does this pass the test? Oh, it does. Sweet. I didn't know that. I only saw the part about the bird on the person's review. Let's see if it holds it. It does hold it. Excellent. You can do the infamous gun versus sword battle that Vicious and Spike had in one of the first episodes on the church. The stained glass window. That's a great scene. All in all, I have no problems with this. Look at this. You get, why do we have 3? Oh no, yeah. So we have 3 different hands. it only came with 3 hands. So now we have 5 hands. Okay. Did I lose a hand? Can you give me a hand? No, it comes with 3 hands. Oh, alrighty. Spike comes with 2 and a gun. This guy comes with 3 hands and a sword. Maybe he chopped off his other, the 4th hand. Maybe. Yeah, not bad. I admire this. This is, like I said with the Full Metal Alchemist figures, we didn't really get much merchandise for that show. You didn't get much merchandise for Cowboy Bebop at all. Oh, good, his head moves. It's locked up a little bit. You didn't get much merchandise at all for Cowboy Bebop, which is a shame because it's a great show and it's pretty iconic, and it played all the time on Cartoon Network. Stand them both up. Can I move my? Should I dare move my camera down? Let's see. There we go. So that's pretty cool. Oh, get that knife out of here. Get that knife out of here. These are great. I wish, so like I said in the previous video, yeah, you got all 4 of the turtles. You got a bunch of other, like the Airbender or the Avatar, the Last Airbender figures. Then you got a bunch of mismatched stuff. You got a bunch of musicians. I think it was Slash from Guns N' Roses. I think one of the AC/DC might have been Angus Young. Maybe Gene Simmons of Kiss. Like they could have, I don't know if they, okay, I take that back. I don't know if they did all 4 Kiss, but I know for a fact they only did 2 members of Full Metal Alchemist. They could have done Jet and Faye, and why not Al? Could have done 5 members of Cowboy Bebop to round out the whole cast. And then, like I said, the puzzling thing about them not doing Jack Burton, but they did one of the storms. And they just did 1 storm. They didn't do all 3 storms. So I wonder about these series. Did they only have limited amount of licensing that they could do, or maybe they just did this as a taste, and then they thought that they would do maybe a second round, have enough interest and have enough people to buy these, and maybe they didn't, and that's why they're kind of on closeout. I will never know. I don't work for Loyal Subjects, and I'm sure they would never divulge that type of information to a civilian. But all in all, do yourself a favor. If you are a Cowboy Bebop fan and you are an action figure fan, spend the $15. I think they're all for $15 online. Alphonse and Edward, stand up. And Senor Edward from the previous video, $15. Maybe you can get it for less on eBay. Well worth it, just to show your fandom, and then also to have both these guys duel it out, and for the love of Julia. So yeah, that was take these guys out of here. That's my review for Spike Spiegel and Vicious for the BST AXN figures. Simple, but effective. I will say that. Very cool. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Go get these. Pick these up. These are still out on the online. They're not rare, so they're not going to go up in value, I don't think. If you buy toys for value, if you buy toys for fun, like most of us do, open them up like I just did. You'll enjoy it. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, send me some videos, send me some comments. See if you guys do you guys have this? Do you have any of the other BST AXNs? I always see the turtles online. So yeah, how's that posability? I'm sure that's probably the same 22 points of articulation. Catch you in the next video.